People, welcome to another edition of that finger-tapping frenzy that we all know and love. It's WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ, and a few things to be getting on with today. Today, we've got to pick up my second Ultimate Fusion card for the Fusion Chamber. Long John Silver and the Pirates in the Fusion Chamber been a-cooking and a-plundering and just preparing that little fusion card for me. So basically, if I get a Tyler Breeze, that'll be a pro and it'll be worth doing. If I don't get a Tyler Breeze, see how we go. There's also the road to glory for that second Shawnee Michaels. Now, I've just started cracking on with Bray Wyatt, so I'll be doing a bit of that gameplay, and we'll have a little look at King of the Ring as well. Firstly, though, just like to say very quick thank you to all of you who sent us messages saying, are we okay? Was everything all right? Because of what happened in London a couple of days ago, I'm not going to be blasé and say you get used to these type of things, but you know, I've been in London for many years, decades, long time I've been in London. So all through the IRA bombings and everything else. So to be quite honest, it's not new for these kind of things to go off, and it's very tragic for those people involved. And I'm pleased to say that nobody that I know who lives and works in and around London, and certainly no one connected immediately with our family, was in any danger or got caught up in any of that. But we do appreciate your concern, and thank you ever so much for keeping us in your thoughts. Right, that's the serious bit over with. Let's get on with the fun part. Firstly, let's do this. Let's go in for this fusion card. As I say, I've got Tyler Breeze. I've only just actually started powering him up, because I was kind of, I don't know what I was waiting for, to be quite honest. I was thinking, oh, well, soon they're going to have the WrestleMania 33 fusions out, and I'll keep him for that. So I wasn't going to bother powering up. I think it's because I've been sat for so long on about 50 Sami Zayns from SummerSlam that I've got used to getting them out of the fusion chamber and then not powering them up. Anyway, let's have a look. I wouldn't mind a Lana, because I'd like to try and get a Lana Pro, but let's see what we've got. And we've got Hashimus, okay. Okay, Sheamus. Fair enough. It's Van Dumbo, Tyler Breeze, you can see I've got, and Lana. Well, I suppose its usual rules apply. I was going to stick another Sami Zayn SummerSlam card into a hardened fusion and crack on from there, see what we can get. Not overly bothered about these, to be honest with you, but it would have been nice to have got a pro, but when does that ever happen? It doesn't happen. Oh, it's an ice cream van in March in London. Bit early, by about 2 or 3 months. Oh, no, I always comment on these things. Normally it's police sirens and helicopters rather than, it's a bit like living in Grand Theft Auto, rather than ice cream vans. That's Trevor in an ice cream van. But, yeah, it's London. It can be weird at times. It can be dangerous sometimes. It can be weird at other times. Mostly it's a lot of fun. Right, as he said, as he taps out of his game, which I didn't mean to do. Right, let's get back in to action. Let's have a look at my King of the Ring, actually. What I've had to do with this, bit of a strategy. It's not a WrestleMania 33 King of the Ring. I've been in 4 of those now. I've got to 3 semi-finals and a quarter-finals. I've missed out every time on getting a WrestleMania card. So what I'm doing on this particular one is just powering up some cards. It's kind of a six card strategy, because I've got event cards as all the male singles. I've got my Alexa Bliss paired up with Nia Jax in the female tag team, and then my next best female, which is obviously Lita. Then you can see the 4 cards I'm powering up. There's 3 WrestleManias, and there's a Seth Rollins Ultimate, because I do have another Seth Rollins, so I could make that a pro, and he would be better than some of the pros in my Road to Glory squad. On that note of cards and things cropping up, I think I was long overdue a WrestleMania pull over and above the one that we got as our freebie, and it finally happened for me last night. And let's go and have a look and see what I got. You excited? Can you wait to see who I got? Go to my cards. WrestleMania, we're already there. Well, no, it wasn't Shawn Michaels, that's the event card. It wasn't Randy, he was my first. It wasn't Bobby, he was out of the pack. And it wasn't these 2 fellas, because they were out of the... You can see where this is going, can't you? He was good. That is just utter garbage. Garbage, that is. Didn't want that. Didn't need it. I hate these cards, these support cards. At least if you've got a deck card, you get more bang for your buck, if you like. But with that, it's just fusion food, probably. So there we go. That's my first WrestleMania pull over and above the freebie. So not overly impressed with that. Now let's have a look and see how I'm doing with the chase for Shawn Michaels number 2. Now, as you can see, 40 out of 110 on Bray Wyatt. I'll show you my deck simply because you'll probably notice Ultimate Plus Plus. So what's this, Big Jim? You're not in WrestleMania 33. Well, I will be if I put all my strong cards in. But if you have a look, go 3 rows down. Not the top row, not the second row. Third row, first card is Chris Jericho, Standard Ultimate Pro. Then everything after that is either an individual pro. See, there's Tyler on the end there. And there's my 3 WrestleMania cards, all the singles that need powering up as well. So those are just cards that are being chiseled, they're being powered up. The females, they're all done, but there's nothing that's going to usurp them. They're strong in their place, so I've just left them as they are. So what I will need to do, I'm assuming, at some stage, perhaps fairly soon now, is start introducing, or reintroducing, some of my better cards. Otherwise, I'm going to find life pretty difficult. So we will just chisel through a couple of matches. Actually, I keep looking down, so I just realised we've got a Wrestle Crate. A Wrestle Crate has arrived. What's a Wrestle Crate, Big Jim? Well, we're going to make a video after I've done this video, opening that Wrestle Crate, and that will appear on Saturday evening. Today's Friday evening. If you're watching this the day it's come out, you'll know that. If you're not watching this the day it's come out, it's probably a Thursday in Christmas, or it could be Thanksgiving, or it could be the middle of your summer holiday, who knows. It could be any day of the week. It could be Armageddon, who knows. But back in the real world, rather than the fantasy world in my head, today's Friday, so Saturday evening we'll have that Wrestle Crate video for you. So you can see what goodies are inside the March crate. The Mad March crate. Right, I seem to be facing a little bit of opposition here, but some of that could be down to the fact that I'm just doing a bit of a finger tapping frenzy without worrying about whether anyone's compatible or playing my support cards or any of that boring sort of stuff like that. So perhaps if I just pay attention for a few seconds, I might reverse this horrible position. I've got myself. Sometimes I'm just a bit too keen with my finger tapping. Reverse that position and get myself back on track, which we should be doing right now, from 4-2 down to 5-4 up as we go into the final round. So yeah, so basically then I'm going to have to pay attention to what I'm doing. That's the bottom line. I'll put the 2, that's 1. I was going to play one of the 2 stronger cards. I'm glad I didn't now. Randall and the Bobster. Bob. What, Bob? And we finish off with a nice little easy female action. Alexa Bliss. Little pocket dynamo that she is, taking that final game for us. So, I've got absolutely no anticipation of pulling anything great from these. Although I have to say those energy cards are coming in quite useful. It's part of my 6-card King of the Ring strategy. What else have we got coming up? Title match, I suppose. They're all good. It's all good. British Bulldog. We've got a FIFA video. There's still a FIFA video that I need to edit. I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. I've had an awful lot of work on, as you've probably heard me. I'm not moaning. It's good that I've had a lot of work on. In fact, for those of you who don't know, I'm a sports journalist here in the UK, here in London. And so if anyone's interested in either Formula 1 or in some World Cup qualifying matches that are coming up this weekend, I'll put some links. I've retweeted from my personal account onto the BadLadDad account on Twitter, at BadLadDad on Twitter, some of the articles that I've written, excuse me, some in conjunction with Times and Sky Sports and people like that. So if you fancy a read and see what Big Jim gets up to during the day, you've got the choice. If you've not got any interest in that whatsoever, you can just completely ignore everything that I just said. And I can't say I would blame you. I've got a feeling sometimes it's probably just me, Ninja Boy and my mum who reads what I write, but never mind. Right, let's crack on. How are you guys doing? I've an awful lot of tweets. Bear in mind this is, what is that, 20 to 6 on Friday evening in the UK. So it started 4 o'clock, I believe it was, yesterday afternoon, just as I'd got Ninja Boy home from school. A lot of people have done and dusted. They are home and hosed. It's all over. The fat lady has not only sung, she's got in the cab, gone home, had a Horlicks and gone to bed. So, well done for those of you who've already got the card you wanted. For those of you who are facing a long grind because you're not quite in WrestleMania tier, but you can see that you can get that Shawn Michaels card if you put some hours in and you chisel on the small pointers. Good on you. Just keep going. You've got the time. You've got the time to do it. There's still a couple of days to go, so just don't give up. Now, I'm sure that some of you know of the uncommon card trick, but just in case you don't, and your team is losing no matter what you do, but you still want to do some chiseling, you still want to put some time in and see if you can get the card. If you put a deck full of uncommon cards, just obviously when you're playing the game, don't feed all those uncommon cards into something else. Just make a deck full of uncommon cards. Then more importantly, if you've got some deck support cards, put your best deck support cards in, and then basically the game will give you opponents who are generally playing uncommon cards, but because you've got your deck support cards, I'm not watching a video, what you're doing, you will win just about every game. Now, it only works on 2-point matches, don't get carried away, it's not going to work on, or 1-point matches, it's not going to work on the 5-point matches, or 10-pointers if you're paying for your pick doublers. But if you want a virtually guaranteed way of winning every match, because you've got to do 1 points or 2 points all the way through Shawn Michaels, that is a way to do it. If I'll just repeat that again, in case you don't know, fill your deck full of uncommon cards. What I tend to do, I've still got some locked actually from when season 3 started, and I wasn't immediately in the top tier. Scandal. And so I did. I actually pro'd a couple of them and fed a few of them up. It was on one idle afternoon, but you don't have to do that. But obviously, every little helps because you will find you'll come across some other people doing a similar strategy. You'll come across some decks of uncommon cards, but they've got some pretty mean support cards as backup. So it doesn't hurt just to have fed your cards a little bit. But you can do that as you go along. So that's the uncommon card strategy for people who are struggling. If you're trying to muscle into that tier above, you can't quite make it. That's a way of continuing playing and hopefully getting that top event card. I remember having some great slogs in the past. I remember a Kane WrestleMania card in season 2 that I think I faced. It was about mid-morning, and I knew I was 1-pointing it all the way, and I did that one. The Bret Hart cards when they first came out, as well as the WrestleManias, that was pretty tough. Although that was a bit easier. They've got a habit of making the first card a bit easier in SuperCard. Certainly, when you look at the amount of matches you need to play to get these cards, I know we've had a slightly later start than usual, but very generous, very generous. Right, Shinsuke doing his thing. That'll be that. Let's just see what we pick up. Right, okay. See, as I was concentrating on those last couple of matches, I didn't even play the support cards, mine. I don't think. That's me saying I've concentrated, and I can't remember what I've done about 4 seconds ago. They were fairly successful and comfortable wins, so it looks like I'm still good to go. This slightly weaker deck for the time being. Last pick is Fernando. Good for him. Well, there we go. Thanks ever so much for watching. Do let me know how you've got on down below. If you're going to try that uncommon card strategy, let me know how you get on with it. If you didn't quite understand it, say you don't understand, and I'll try and explain it down below. It might be easier if you see it written down rather than just hear me droning on about it. But if you get the top card, equally as interesting, let me know that too. Any comments you'd like to raise, any questions you've got, you know what to do. Just leave them in the comments down below. Please like the video. Give it a good whack in that like button. Subscribe at BadLadDad. Don't forget, we're also on Instagram, Facebook, and more importantly, Twitter. If you can follow us on Twitter at BadLadDad, that's where I can get a bit chatty with you all and obviously let you know what's coming out and when. Until we see you next time, you know what to do. You stay cool.